Swinging hard, and can he find the gap? Work to do. Yes, he can. Nice way to get off the mark for Ershad. He starts with a boundary.
That was a good looking shot. Knew where the fielders were. Excellent gap picking. And that 130 on the board with that 4. The winder has leaked some runs as well.
And just Sampal Kami's been the tightest, the cleanest. Only going for 3 and over. He's still got an over left. There's an appeal there for back live. And umpire Venkatesh just signalling sliding down.
It probably was the angle just coming in around the wicket. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah, just missing the leg stump, I reckon.
And he's got 1 ball left. Finish off the 19th. Full toss, and there's a fast one. That's going to be work to do. Out in the deep, can get there. Flicks back in. Nice piece of fielding. Bashir picks up and saves 2 in the end.
Excellent fielding there. Saving a couple of runs for his side.
And that'll round out the penultimate over. 19 done. 1 remains. Qatar 132 for 5.
Sampal Kami. He's 1 for 9 in his 3 overs and probably will bowl the last over as well.
He has to bowl it, surely. He's been the pick of the bowlers so far. And I'll tell you right now, he's got ball in hand from the Argyle Street end. He will be the death over bowler for Nepal.
He has been the death bowling specialist for them.
Majid scoops it out. It's straight to long on. Take 1, 5 balls left. 150, probably too far now. So they can find some maximums.
Probably Irshad could do that. He's looked good. So the boundary that he hit, 12 dot deliveries so far from Sampal.
That's impressive. Oh, 3.1 overs. Good T20 bowling. That's why he gets the death over duties. 5 balls remain. It is the big hitting Ershad on strike. Falls back in his crease. He's heading it our way. It's up in the air and it's going to go all the way. Aman's going to do the fielding for that one. And it is the first maximum. A chance for 150.
That's some good intent. Flicked away. And a half a dozen. Basir just could see that sail over. And I was a little worried because it was just coming around towards the broadcast area.
I trusted your safe hands to save me.
Yeah, it was a little far.
I'll keep yelling. You save it. You take the catch. Okay, 4 balls left. 139 on the board. A couple of more maximums. Push the score over 150. Ershad, 12 off 5. Back of the crease again. On the pads, a peel from Sampal.
That was a good call from the on-field umpire. Let's have a look at the replay there.
Swinging hard and right around the angle. Probably pitching just outside leg and also maybe sliding it. Good ball. He felt like it was a wicket there, Sampal. Leg by only. But it's a bit of a win for Nepal because it does put Majid back on strike. It's Ershad down the non-strikers end. 3 balls left. And chipped away. That's going to be 4. Nicely played. Swinging hard. And goes down to a vacant deep third.
Some lucky runs here for Mujib. He will not mind that. And even Qatar will not have any minding on that one. Another boundary. 144 on the board. Just 6 away from that 150.
They're a chance.
Sampal who bowled so well this over. Changing the figures a little bit.
It's always the tough duty, and he's bowling it from the Argyle Street end, which is not usually the end you bowl your 20th. It's just how you start. I'll take 1 leg by here, looks like. Is it a bit of bat? So, yes, it is. So it's a single that does bring Ershad back. 145. Are we going to see a maximum? Push the score up to 150.
Well, Ershad has to go for the big hit.
He's got the short boundary over the top of Sampal's head. He can attack that as Sampal Kami comes in to finish off the bowling innings. He does attack it. It's up, it's up, it's up, it's gone! And the 150 up for Qatar. They get the maximum off the final delivery.
What a cameo this has been for Mirshad, getting 18 of 7. And that last over, getting the bulk of the runs. That 150 has been achieved with that biggie.
That's a good score for Qatar. They have managed to put on about 90 runs in the final 10 overs. And they go into the innings break, 151 for 5. As we will run through the batting and bowling cards if we can. But I just wanted to mention one thing, Hamid. The bowling from Nepal, 5 extras. 1 no ball, 4 leg byes. No wides. That's impressive in T20. That's really bowling your lines, and probably, could have kept down another 10, 15 runs and a no ball here and there, free hits. So it was a tidy bowling effort, just the 5 wickets falling.
That's where the quality comes in. That's where your discipline is on display.
We're in the innings break here at Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Qatar being sent into bat by Nepal, putting 151 for 5 on the board. When we come back, Nepal will need 152 for victory. Join us then.
Club has been the cornerstone of the community since our formal registration in 1967. Initially focused on Indian community, we have embraced a diverse membership that reflects the multicultural fabric of Hong Kong. Membership at the club is open to all nationalities. We believe sports brings peoples together. We have 2 international tennis courts, and then we have 1 badminton court. We have a gym, we have function rooms, and a restaurant serving delicious ethnic Indian food. Cricket has found a new home in India Club. In the last 4 years, we have grown from 1 net to 6 nets, and we are the only club in Hong Kong to have 6 cricket nets, of which 2 nets are with actual turf.
Actually, we started our club in 2020. That time we have only 1 junior team and 1 senior team. We have now 11 junior teams. We have Saturday League 2 senior teams, and Sunday League also we got it last year. And we have a women's team we are also getting from last 2 years. So we're doing well, and we are just improving day by day, and that's our plan is to get more teams in junior league and senior league as well.
Innings breakdown here, Aaron Bush with you for the game one of the Cricket Hong Kong China 2025 T20I series, proudly supported by India Club, with Qatar being sent into bat, putting on a good score, 151 in the end, just getting up over that 150 mark in the final over. So 152 required for Nepal, and they're out in the middle. They're ready to go. They want to get a win in game one, as does this brand new looking Qatar side, just 3 players who appeared in the Golf Championship back in December, coming across to Hong Kong. So a new side putting on some runs to start with, now need to do the job with ball in hand. They're going to open from the Victoria Harbour end as well. This tends not to be the best decision, as Nepal found out. You don't want to be bowling the 20th over from the Argyle Street end, but both teams deciding, at least in game one, you certainly won't see Hong Kong China this afternoon opening the bowling from the softball ground end. Welcome back to Human with the innings break done. What did you think about that Qatar batting innings to start with?
Well, I reckon they are at least 20 runs short. 170 could have been a good score, but again, if you bowl well in the power play, pick up early wickets, you might trouble Nepal as well. 2 openers got Kushal alongside the wicketkeeper batter Asif. And Jabir with the new ball starts off with that wayward length, sliding down the leg. First runs on the board, a wide.
First wide of the day. Well, we talked about it in that first innings. Very tidy from Nepal. No wides, just leg byes and a no ball, 1 overstep.
And we've got Kushal, who's a very good batter. Oh, that will not only be a wide, but it will be 4 wides. Not a good start for Jabir. 5 runs, 6 on the board already.
We've seen no wides in the first innings. We've not had a legal delivery. That just, I don't know if it hit a crack or what, but that took off. And now, 6 runs on the board, and we still have yet to legally start the innings.
And Jabir under pressure. No delivery being bowled. And now the target remaining is 146 with a full quota of 120 deliveries. Another wide. Aaron?
Well, not the start that Qatar wanted. The quick, just spraying him down leg on a regular basis here. One of the 3 that are in the side from that previous tournament. Jabir. Getting good movement off the seam. He's just getting it going the wrong way. So either he needs to start it a bit further outside off or get it to nip away from Kushal Birdle, because at the moment...
Here comes Jabir again. And that is another wide. So still no legal deliveries. Wides upon wides. 8 on the board already.
If you look down the bottom left-hand side of the screen, it's got the current run rate for Nepal, and it's current run rate of infinity. I don't think I've ever seen that on a screen before, but there you go.
That's my first time as well.
You now take a screenshot, Nepal, and Nepal fans, you can see their team, your team, current run rate of infinity. They've got 8 runs, no legal deliveries, and already got past the run rate required of 7.2. What can Jabir do this time? He needs to get it on a better line. That's much better. He's got the in-swing as well. Starting outside, well outside. He's had to adjust to the point where he's almost lining up with the inner tram line, the blue line, which marks the wide, and then getting it to move back in. On the T20I rankings, of course, Nepal top seeded here for the quadrangular, Qatar 4th. Now he's got his line right. He's looking much better here. It'll be a tough task for this new look Qatar side. At the bat, they looked up to the challenge and now need to do it with the ball. A couple of dots after that string of wides to start with. Now the current run rate's just 24. No longer infinity. A little shuffle down, says thank you very much to the short one. That could be a maximum, yes, all the way. Kushal Bertel gets his first runs, starts backward of square, over the ropes for 6. See a little shuffle across, picks it up outside off. Pivots on it beautifully, no protection, backward of square in the deep, so doesn't matter if they did. That was going all the way, and it's gone all the way out of the ground. Second time today. Umpire John Prakash. Third umpire comes out, offers a couple of new balls to umpire Venkatesh. And he heads back off. This is a big over already, still 3 legal deliveries remaining, 14 on it. Nepal not messing about. 18 extras, sticks off the bat. Kushal Bertel. Couple of dots, and then gets the ball he wanted. Too short from Jabir. That was fast, getting through. Back to dots. 2 balls left. What's going to be a long over. Minimum of a 10 ball over for Jabir. A lot of energy being used.
14 on the board already. And well, that current run rate has now come up to 21, not the infinity.
Yeah. Still laughing at that infinity. Yes. At least it's been a much better line since those whites from Jabir.
Oh, good shot. Look at that. That was absolutely creamed away. Just a little width and another boundary. First the 6, then the 4. That's Kushal Mala for you.
Second that one came off the bat, Jabir's turned around and had a bit of an argument with his captain. He's saying, why don't I have somebody in that position? Well, Kushal Bertel's good enough to find the gap, so they're packing up that offside now with some extra players. But the width was there, and Kushal took full advantage. 10 off 5.
Final delivery of the first over. And that will be a dot delivery. So 1 over done. It's 18 without a loss.
Big 10 ball over from Jabir. An expensive one. 10 off the bat. 8 extras. Saw a maximum and a 4. There hasn't even been a single yet. There's 19 runs on the board. I'm not sure why. That's incorrect. It's 18. There it goes. It's getting corrected. They didn't take a single at the end. And Asif Sheikh, he had to sit down there and watch all that. Now gets to face a ball.
It's another very technically solid batter. The wicket keeper from Nepal has had a good outing as well. The Nepal Premier League has been getting runs for them consistently. And someone that you'll want to have in your side. A young batter.
I don't remember, but I don't think Asif came last year. He's here this year. Bipin Kumar to bowl number 2 from the Argyle Street end. First over from the Argyle Street end. I was talking earlier as we came out of the innings break about where you start your bowling at Kwong Road. And this is the end you usually start. First over, we'll see Yu Shukla for Hong Kong China. He'll bowl from this end, which means the 20th over is not the danger end. Both sides today, game 1, starting from the Victoria Harbour end though.
And Asif gets off the mark with that single towards the deep third. Jabir has been busy man already. A long over and then the fall. And the ball following him. I beg your pardon.
Be exhausted after his first over. Yes, if it does go the full 20 and they need runs in that final 20th over here, Nepal, of course they'll have that short Argyle Street boundary to attack. And Kushal Bertel, who has only scored in boundaries so far, back on strike.
Another confident looking shot, but straight towards our mid-off. That'll be a dot delivery.
Yeah, no runs, but it sounded nice off the bat. He's seeing it well. He's picked that one off middle, driven it along the ground to mid-off.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Pretty good striking as well. And Kushal is looking good touch. A 6 and a 4 already. And a shot of authority. That's been worked away, and that will be another boundary. Keep those runs flowing in. Kushal, he will not mind that length at all.
I was just thinking before that stroke, I only got 2 outside the circle, and it's a deep third fine leg traditional, but nobody through mid-wicket or long on. He's taken a full advantage. They don't even have a mid-wicket in place now. Ball chasing from Qatar as they put the deep square leg in place, and that will bring fine leg inside the circle.
Easy pickings here for a batter like Kushal. It's going to be another single, a quick one.
Soft hands from Kushal to get his first non-boundary. Rotate the strike back to Asif Sheikh.
Kushal Purtul. It's been looking good. He's got 15 of 9. That's going to be a dot delivery.
And a positive start here for Nepal. Not being troubled by the bowlers at all. As he said earlier, they're a team that likes to chase, which is sometimes rare in associate cricket, especially when they like to put the runs on and try to defend.
Probably, Aaron, it could be a strategy as well. You want to get the run rate up. You want to chase it down as soon as possible. Now it's going to be wide, and not only is it going to be a wide, it's going to be 4 wides. And not a very good outing for the wicket-keeper. Shahzeb, who batted well, but behind the gloves, that's been very ordinary work.
He's not getting a lot of love from his bowlers either, and keep yeeting it down the leg side on him. Second time in the innings. 10 runs coming from 2 wide deliveries. Doesn't help when you're only defending 151.
And a dot ball to end the over. 2 overs done, 29 for no loss.
And another big over in the books for Nepal. As the 2 opening bowlers for Qatar struggling at the moment. Both those batters out in the middle for Nepal. Asif Sheikh and Kushal Berthel coming off the middle nicely. Maybe that first innings of having a bowl, able to have a chat to their leading bowlers, Sampul Kami and Karen KC, just to know what the ball's doing off this pitch. Not a lot. We did see Jabir get one to spike off the seam and run down the leg side. Mostly, it's a pretty even pitch. Jabir's only going to bowl the one from the Victoria Harbour end, with Ershad to bowl over number 3.
Another change in bowling. We saw that in the first innings as well. Just had that 1 over of Karan KC alongside Sompal. Then the 3rd over, we saw a change in bowling.
They put Yadav on and then brought Karan back, and then they put Yadav down the other end, and the opening bats for Qatar didn't really know what's going on, so they're trying to duplicate that here.
Good shot. Straight bat. Has it sailed? Yes, it has. Straight onto that side screen. A half a dozen. And Kushal, he's in no mood to spare the bowlers.
Look at this for a stroke. Longer boundary, back over the top of the umpire's head. Just eased it into the side screen for another boundary. He's in a hurry here, Kushal Berthel. All the way for 6. This is back live.
This time, heaves it away. And that will be another boundary. First the 6, then the 4. He is in a hurry to finish this game.
Not anything the Qatar bowlers can do at the moment. Kushal Berthel dealing in boundaries. First the maximum, then just scoops it up over the top of extra cover. 1 bounce, probably the longest boundary from where he's batting. So 1 bounce over the rope for 4. He is already up to a quarter century.
Quarter century. That's interesting.
I like my numbers. Quarter century, 3/4 century if you get to 75. Everything's a milestone. You try hard enough. quarter century off 11 balls for Kushal Berthel.
Yeah, he's in a mood of a cameo, using the power play. That's what he's been known for, Kushal Berthel. Now there's a little change in that field spread as well. You got deep point alongside a long off, a wide long off. And what's that single? It's a good throw, direct hit.
There's Ganesh there, but good running between these two, safely home. I think that's the first direct hit we've seen today. Plenty of shies from Nepal in the field, but unable to exact a direct hit. Ganesh at point, picks that one up, hits middle stump, but Berthel with his soft hand safely home.
They got 40 already on the board in just 2.3 overs.
Asif Sheikh's only faced 3 deliveries. He's just been watching the fireworks
From the other end.
from the other end. Now he's on strike.
Oh, that's a good shot. Asif joins the party. Just got to wait for the signal from the umpire. It's a half a dozen. Well, he says if Kushal can, I can do so.
Absolutely. He's been watching what the pitch does for 2 of the 2.5 overs. Gets this one, picks it up outside off, pretty much like Kushal Berthel did as well. Just went a bit further forward of square this time. All the way for 6. Boundaries galore to start with for Nepal. They could get the half century in this third over. 46 already.
Surely on the cuts. That's a good delivery. Good comeback from the bowler, shaping that away. Good carry towards the keeper as well.
Three 4s, 3 6s so far in this opening pair. We're not even outside of the third over.
Another dot delivery. End of the over. A pretty eventful one. 17 coming off it after 3. 46 for no loss.
What a start for Nepal. The 2 out in the middle. Bashing the boundaries. Kushal Berthel, 3 4s, 2 6s. And Asif Sheikh, that over, getting in the boundaries as well with his first maximum. Just faced a handful of deliveries. Literally an over. So 1 over of facing for Asif, 2 overs for Kushal Berthel. 46 on the board with 3 overs still remaining of the power play.
The way they've been cruising, I reckon 12 to 15 overs is when they will get to that run chase. You got to get wickets here. Desperate search of wicket.
Almost got the run rate required down to a runner ball. 106 off 102 now. Current run rate of 17.25. We're talking in that first innings about the score off this pitch. Nepal showing what it can give, especially batting second, getting away from that early morning swinging ball.
Well, the afternoon game, I'm sure, is going to be a heck of a match.
Fireworks in game 2. Kuwait versus Hong Kong, China.
Another good looking shot. Just a single. The scoreboard now towards 47. I like the batting order as well of Nepal. So many good batters in that lineup. Can bat up till that number 10 position.
Yeah, it's important. They can lose early wickets and they can still punish you because that middle order is very strong.
It's going to be a wide, sliding down the leg. The wides have been a big issue here for the Qatar bowlers. First innings we saw no wides at all. And the second innings, the first over started with a galore of wides. Another one here being bowled by Bipin Kumar.
Wides have now scored double of what Asif Sheikh scored, 14 wides, because of the courtesy of those 2 5s. Asif Sheikh on strike on 7.
Oh, good shot. Very, very good shot. And that is another half a dozen. 50 up in some style for Nepal in just 3.2 overs.
Outrageous from the Nepal. They're going big. They're happy to go aerial, get it in the slot, short boundary. Always the danger bowling from the Argyle Street end and gets the treatment through long off. It's that 4th maximum of the day.
Well, this has been very ordinary bowling as well from Qatar. There's been no change-ups. There's no slip in cordon. You're not trying to bowl in the good areas. And Asif moves on to 13. Here comes a third delivery. Has been cut away. There's a fielder there in the deep. Jobber does well. That'll be a single.
That was not far away from carrying to the backward point. Sort of fly gully position there. Maybe a metre to the left of the fielder. It was aerial again. Not a chance. Didn't go anywhere near getting in the hands, but like I say, just maybe a metre to the left.
Just trying to just slice that away. .55. 97 now of 99, the requirement. That's in the air again, wide of that fielder. Excellent fielding there. It is Mujib. He's done really well. Saving certain runs for his side. A mere dot delivery. 9 runs of the first 4. Here comes the bowler. That's a good shot. And that will be another boundary. Kushal. He is in a hurry in this run chase. What a good shot. Dancing down the track. And the bowler just getting out of the way. Aaron, aggressive.
Already into the 30s. Strike rate over 200. Still in the power play. Doesn't matter. New ball. Kushal Bertel is in a hurry, and it's fun to watch. I'm enjoying it, watching live. I'm sure the fans around the world for Nepal. There's a few down here in the tents already, and I'm sure there's plenty online watching back in Kathmandu. If you are, good morning to you. Early start, of course, in Nepal. Earlier start in Qatar.
Yeah, but I'm sure the Nepal fans will be up and watching and supporting this side. 4 overs done, 59 for no loss.
What is the current time in Qatar at the moment? I assume it's the same as Kuwait.
Same as Kuwait, and I gotta check the world clock.
Yeah. And then Nepal's on a half-hour thingy, so they're...
So Kuwait 6 a.m. That's the
Right
same
now.
as Qatar. Yep.
So game time started at 3 a.m. That's an early start for the Qatar fans to get up. Bit easier, a bit nicer for the Kuwait fans when we start at 1:30 p.m. Hong Kong time this afternoon. There's the crowds coming in already.
And it's around 10 minutes away from 9 a.m. in Kathmandu. So I'm sure a lot of fans are up.
Yeah, they'll be up. They're always up. And if you're joining us, watching in either on Stick Sports in the subcontinent or on Cricket Hong Kong China YouTube, thanks for joining us. Game 1 of the 2025 T20I series, proudly supported by India Club.
And we've got the skipper, Ikram, with the ball. The left armer is going to come in over the wicket.
Well, he did the job with the bat for Qatar earlier on. Now he's got a job to do with the ball. With less than a run of ball required now for Nepal, 93 of 96 deliveries.
There you can see some lovely fans there supporting their side. Nepal, I reckon, with most number. That's a good delivery. Cramping it for room, just guided away towards the backward point. Quick single.
And hopefully the fans stick around for game 2, which will be a cracker. 1:30 p.m. Well, you'll be out in the middle live for the toss at 1 p.m. with 2 captains, Captain Aslam and Yasim Murtaza.
Yeah, the last time I did the toss for Hong Kong versus Kuwait, the captain was Nizakat.
Recently, well, last year, having a change in captaincy. What was this year, perhaps? Lots happened in cricket.
I think it was the early of this year. Another quick single there stolen. Now that's the coordination that these two have. It's just been a gentle tap and that quick single. They know how to play around with the field, how to play with the mind of the bowler.
It's the soft hands. They've got everyone set back on the circle, really no catching positions because they're trying to protect for the boundaries. Of course, that just leaves dab hands. They can take the easy single, find the boundary when they want as well. Now they're pushing point back to a forward cover point region out on the circle with a long on as well, bringing square leg in.
That's been pulled. That is a half a dozen. That is out of the park. Has it hit? Oh, just
That hit the building.
that hit the balcony.
That's the first time I've seen that balcony hit. That's massive. I don't know if it smashed it. It's a glass balcony. Hopefully it got the metal part of it. That's gone, what is that, about 5 stories up. And that it looks close, but there's a big gap over the fence.
That was huge. Look at that.
Up into that 4th tier there of the apartment building.
Sure, you don't want to have a house near the cricket ground.
I think the assistant coach for Cricket Hong Kong China lives over in that apartment block. Hope it wasn't his balcony. Wow, that was big.
That was a huge 6. What a shot. That was the 5th floor?
Yeah, it looks like it. Counting from here, it might even be higher because the building's a bit lower than us after this ground. We might sit about the 2nd story up on that apartment complex, and it's gone 3 or 4 stories up over the top of that. Look at that partnership. What a way to start. Still haven't got outside the power play.
Well, 67 of 27.
Still 9 legal deliveries. Even the captain, Ikram Mullah, being punished.
And a change of angle as well for him. He's come around the wicket now. Again, he's pulled it. And the result is same this time. Whose balcony has he got? Oh, just missed.
Hey, that one didn't carry. That one wasn't as big, but it wasn't big enough to go out of the ground. Head umpire John Prakash back out onto the field. He's been busy in this innings. Another ball required.
Back-to-back big hits. What a shot. Look at that hit. Asif Sheikh is on a roll at the moment.
It's like his bat is about 3 bats wide. It's just come straight out of the middle, cluttered into the apartment building. They're getting peppered early on. It's going to be one of those series perhaps here in Hong Kong, Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Giving up the 6s, 73 on the board.
It's a lovely apartment though.
Oh, they're very expensive.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope, but that's what I'm saying. I hope we didn't break the balcony glass because they're quite pricey. I'd love to live there. You could just sit there and watch cricket all day. Be beautiful. I just can't afford it.
Well, one day.
Well, one day.
One day.
A commentator can dream. They're putting a deep square leg back. I'm not sure what he's going to do apart from watch the ball sail over his head at the moment. Back-to-back 6s for Asif. Ikram in again.
Oh, this time the inside edge. They'll get a single though. They will not mind a single at the moment. 74 on the board.
Oh, an outrageous start, Nepal. Flexing their muscles early. The opening pair of Asif Sheikh and Kushal Birdle. With those back-to-back 6s, all of a sudden, Asif's almost caught up to Kushal. Plays 6 less deliveries, but he's up to 27. He's at the non-strikers end now. Kushal to finish off the 5th.
15 of this over already. Final delivery. Again, this time pulled by Kushal. And that is another half a dozen. 3rd one in the over.
Well, that one didn't leave the ground. Kushal Birdle trying to follow Asif Sheikh and gets the maximum. Wow, there's some big hitting.
Well, these both batters are in a race with each other. Look at that shot. Flawless. 80 on the board in just 5 overs. What an eventful power play, Aaron.
Wow, I'm not sure I've called a game that's scored 80 in 5. But we have today for game 1 of the Quadrangular series. Nepal giving us a display. It's good. I think it's like they're going to go to spin now, try to take pace off ball. As the keeper switches to the cap. Bit of spin into the attack from the Argyle Street end.
Yeah, it's going to be Mujibur Rahman, I reckon. The left-arm orthodox spinner. Last over of the power play. I hope he gets bailed out. Both these batters looking really dangerous. Kushal, 38 of 18. Asif's got 28 of 12.
We saw at the beginning of the innings the run rate was infinity. It's not far from it at the moment. 16 current run rate off 5 overs to get to 80. Wow, what a start. 72 off 90 now. They're already over the halfway mark of this run chase. An over to spare. So pace off with Mujib into the attack. And he's going to start with a nice dot. Asif just Gets a sighter. We didn't see a great lot of spin from Irie, just having to use the pace and the change up and floating onto the pads. A backward square went straight to him. If it hadn't, it would have been 4.
Another good delivery there. And good field placement as well. Last over of the power play can be challenging for a spinner, especially with the way these two batters are batting.
And good first few deliveries. They're going to get a single this time as it just eases out to long on. I'm glad they went to a change of pace, one, because I feel like our broadcast area was going to be in a lot of danger the way they were going through square leg in that previous over.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
They could still be in trouble. Straight through! Castle! What a delivery! Woodjib gets the breakthrough. Kushal Burnell out for 38. Nepal lose their first on 81.
Well, that was a super of a delivery. Brilliantly bowled, quicker through the air. And gets the big man, Kushal Burnell. He walks back. And look at that replay once again. Got the nip from the wicket. And straight through the gates. See you later, says the bowler.
What a peach of a delivery from Majib, getting it to straighten and taking middle and off. And the opening partnership is broken. But it doesn't mean the danger is ended for Qatar. And this big Nepal batting lineup, the captain coming to the crease at number 3.
Rohit Bardal, the youngest debutant in an ODI, aged 15 years old against USA.
He was also one of the youngest captains when he was finally anointed. Became last year as well. Had a chat to him. It's hard to believe. He's been playing cricket for more than half a decade now. He's still so young.
He's just 22.
Exactly. 7 years since his debut. For a lot of cricketers, that's an entire career.
Especially with this kind of a T20 era that's been taking a lot of toil on players, a lot of cricket happening. Got a lot of leagues around the globe, a lot of franchise cricket. And the slip also comes in. That's interesting to watch.
A little bit of pressure on Rohit. 2 balls left of the power play.
He's captain cool. I don't think he's going to soak in pressure, especially with 81 on the board and just inside of the power play.
It'll be a big wicket if they can get him early. And get set, then he could easily finish this off with just 71 more runs required.
No, they've got a lot of batters.
This has been an absolute brilliant over from Majib so far. And very watchful to start with from Rohit.
It's another good delivery. A very silent over for a change. Eventful 5 overs.
Yeah, first 5 going at 16s. This one's gone for 1. Plus a wicket, 1 ball left of the power play, and Majib's first. And it is going to dot out. What an over that was to round out the power play. Getting a wicket, just the single coming from it. Nepal, 81 for 1 after 6.
That's a very tidy over. Majib getting that big wicket as well of Kushal. The spinners on this wicket, you got to bowl in the right areas. And if you can do that, you surely have support from that deck. Another change in bowling.
Kari into the attack. Looks like going to go spin from both ends, which is wise. The quicks were getting absolutely belted in all corners of the ground. And then Jeeb came in, slowed things down, found the first wicket. So now Bukhari to bowl from the Victoria Harbour end.
.71 of 84. That's the requirement.
That's not even tough, really, in a 50-over match. Nepal with 9 wickets in hand. Qatar bowlers are going to have to tighten this up, find some wickets before the drinks break. Bukhari starts outside off, over the top. Peel for under edge to the keeper. I've done straighter this time, so pulled away through mid-wicket, take the 1.
And just a single towards that deep mid-wicket. You've got a co-corner in place. You've got long off for Rohit. A deep square leg. Deep point as well. A gully. Covers.
Again,
Bangs it.
outside off, yeah. And pulled away through cow corner. Bit too loose there from Bakari.
That's good fielding as well. Saving runs for the side. Rohit gets off the mark with that couple of runs. Pretty quick through the wickets as well.
It's a straighter one. It's a better delivery as it's pushed backward a point. Three off the over so far, so slowing it down again. And goes the sweep. They've pushed it through mid-wicket rather than through square leg. Only the one this time for Rohit. So one ball left of the 7th. Uses the wrist to take another single down to long off. 5 runs coming from the 7th. Nepal 86 for 1. Rajiv to continue after his successful first over, getting the massive wicket of Kushal Berthel. Just giving up the 1 run. Deep square, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, in place. Tip and run forward of point. And he finds a gap, nicely played.
A lot of silence here after that fireworks early on.
Everything's after the wicket falling. Majid still. He's run onto the leg side this time.
Another quick single.
Well, I start to see a few of the Hong Kong China players slowly coming in. Bubba Hyatt and Wakas Bakat just walking towards our broadcast area, ready for game number 2 coming up at 1:30 p.m. You can see the Kuwait team over there.
Yeah.
They're already arrived. Ivy.
Be wanting to have a look at that ground, how it works. The spinners will be feeling a little confident as well, with Mujib doing well.
Oh, a bit of a drag down onto the leg side. Lucky to get away with it. Ershad comes around from deep square.
Another single.
Only single so far after 1.5 overs from Mujib, which is really slowed things down for Nepal, but still no danger. Rohit was down on that knee to go that little faint scoop before the ball was delivered. He's not going to find the boundary. Shard came a long way around. He was at deep square, picks that up at fine leg.
There'll be another couple of runs.
Talk about telegraphing what you're going to do. That was, he'd sent that email about 3 weeks ago, Rohit Holder there. He was down on the knee as Najib was coming into bowl. Might wait a little bit on this one. Gets one outside off. Straight to point. Bobble field, they put the pressure on. Could have been a chance, but good running.
Just another quick single. And Rohit wants that once. He's more than happy with that one.
In the destroyer for Qatar, captain Ikram Muller might wish he could bowl more than 4 at this rate. He's bowled half he's allotted. And bowling for the danger end as well. He's bowling from the Argyle Street end, which can give up plenty of runs to the short boundary. Hasn't mattered. He's got both openers now. After 8, Nepal 92 for 2.
Got another couple of overs before the drinks break. We've got a new batter as well. The left-hander.
Bashir Ahmed comes out to the crease. He's at the non-striker's end. Bakari to continue with Rohit Paldal on strike on 7. Oh, he's dragged that one down a bit short. Got away with it though. Paldal not getting it out of the middle.
I was very lucky to get away with that kind of a delivery. And Basir is the new man in. And at number 4, the left-hander. Left armour versus a left-hander. This is a contest that the batter enjoys a lot.
And the Qataris have realised that. They're rolling the changes. Deep mid-wicket goes back onto the ropes. Ganesh moves around a deep square. Straight up push back to start with for Bashir.
It's going to be a dot delivery.
Wide of the crease again, pushing across the body. Not sure if the appeal was to try to get away with the wide. It was a safe delivery though, inside the trams.
That was a pretty good delivery there.
Maybe he thought he heard an edge or something. It's another dot. It's a bit straighter this time. Protection out at cow corner. They're going to push for 2? No, they are not, which is wise, though the throw was a little wild.
That was not the best of throws, but just another single. Has been a conservative approach from Rohit. Scored 8 of 9.
We saw that with Ikram Muller as well in the first innings. He's happy to go at about strike rate of 50, but then accelerated. And talks of 2. Not available again.
Just another single there. 57 from 67. That's the remaining equation out here.
The dulcet tones of Kwong Road behind us. The horns have started for Wednesday. Another single to finish off. Another tidy over. Just the 4 runs coming from it. Nepal moved to 96 for 2. 1 over left before the drinks break.
That was a good over there from Bukhari. It's 2 overs, none for 9. Another 11 overs. 2 new batters relevantly. You've got Rohit and Basir. A combination of a right-hander and a left-hander.
I think this will be the first time Najib will get to bowl to Bashir. It's been devastating against the right-handers. 2 for 7 off 2.
He's been very impressive. The way he has bowled.
It's not like it's turning sideways or anything. It's not a big spinning pitch. He's just managed to bowl his lines and use his change-up of pace. Starts that one just outside the off. Another dot in the books. Been a number of left-handers bowling today.
It's a day for the left-armers.
We're happy. Outside off. Very good ball.
Another good delivery there. Quicker through the air. Zipping it in. And a good take by the keeper as well.
Followed it nicely. 4 balls left to the drinks break. That one a little bit shorter, so pulled away through cow corner. Only for 1. 2 for 8.
Into his third over, Mujib has looked in good control. Bowled the first over in the power play. It was the last over of power play. Picked up that big wicket. Kushal Bhuttal.
Back to around the wicket from the left arm. Najib. Rohit just toe pokes it. Najib having to do his own fielding. One not stopped. He knew that was gone if it hit.
That was a close one. A direct hit. And the batter would have been struggling. It was Basir at the danger end. Let's have a better look at this one. Ooh, how did that miss? He's been impressive.
He's going to do it all. Najib trying to hit one stump and was not far away from trapping Bashir a few feet short. Rohit just pushes that one out to a wideish long off for a single. 1 ball left before the drinks break. And a lot more runs on the board. That's 100 up for Nepal. They have done it a lot quicker than Qatar did. Bashir back on strike. Face the final delivery of the over. Tries to pull hard again. Goes pretty straight down to long on for a single. So not a wicket this over for Mujib, but just the 5 runs coming from it. We're in the drinks break. Nepal 101 for 2, needing another 51 in the final 10 overs.
Well, that's been a good display. The first 10 overs, they've lost a couple of wickets, but it has been something that they will cherish. 101 on the board already. Less than run a ball required to win this contest. It was an aggressive start by the 2 openers, Kushal, alongside the wicketkeeper batter Asif Sheikh. Took the bowlers on in the power play. Just before the end of power play, that first wicket of Kushal, courtesy of Mujib. And then very next over of Mujib, he got rid of Asif. 2 wickets coming in for Mujibur Rahman. He's 2 for 12 in his 3 overs. Qatar will be forming that huddle, will be having a chat with the head coach there in the center, Mr. Toby. A lot of discussion. The game slipping away from their hands. They need to pick up wickets if they want to come back into this contest. Less than run a ball. Only wickets can bail you out from here. Skipper Rohit Podal, 12 from 12, alongside Basir Ahmed, who's got 4 of 8. It's been a lovely morning. We have another game after this, the match number 2 of the India Club, alongside Hong Kong Cricket presents Hong Kong Men's T20I Series 2025. It's going to be Hong Kong taking on Kuwait. 1:30 p.m. afternoon start. And we've got both the teams here as well. The Hong Kong batters, Babar Hayat alongside Nazakat. There are a few names there. And the full side of Kuwait is also here on the ground. We'll be watching this contest closely, where Kuwait will be meeting Nepal next. That will be tomorrow. And Qatar goes heads on with the host, Hong Kong. As Bukhari, he continues from the other end. 101 for the loss of 2. And those 10 overs, a required run rate just around 5.10. Very, very gettable. And a very comfortable one. Good delivery there. There's an appeal as well. Quicker. Good take from the keeper. Shahzeb. That'll be a dot delivery to start the over, number 11. Wants that single but denied. Good fielding. Good field placement. That's another dot ball. Crunched but straight towards the fielder. Didn't have to move an inch. 3 dot deliveries from Bukhari. He's got that extra covers fielder right inside to save those ones. Want to build up that dot balls. That's a good shot off the back foot. This be a single. So long off cuts it off. Oh, just the 50 more needed. Now 56 deliveries. Got Rohit back on strike. It's being worked away. 2 is the call. And they'll settle for the single. Ganesh charging on that one. This has been a run of all innings from the captain of Nepal, Rohit. They know that the requirement is not a big one. Just the 49 now remaining of 55. Shipped away. That's a single. Ganesh has been a busy fielder in the outfield. And that also marks the end of the over, number 11. 104 for the loss of 2. Another 9 overs remaining in the kitty. And 48 to win. It's like a comfortable run chase for Nepal to kickstart their campaign. This is the match number 1 from the Tin Kwong recreation ground. Four games in total. And Rohit will be wanting his team to get those 2 points and also get a win as soon as possible, which will affect the run rate as well. They want to be at the top. They don't want to take chances. This isn't a very long tournament. It looks like some pace bowling being introduced back for the 12th over. Basir will be on strike. There's going to be Bipin Kumar, none for 24 in his previous overs. That's been worked away. That's a 4. 1 bounce, 2 bounce and a boundary. Just over that backward point region. Using the pace, that little width on offer. Easy pickings. He knew where the fielders were. And a 4 to start the over. Pressure on the bowler. He's been a little expensive as well. Bipin Kumar hasn't really adjusted to the wickets of Hong Kong. Here's the first game. You want to adapt as soon as possible. This time he's just pushed that away on the leg side. There's some more runs. Couple of there. 2 more added to the scoreboard. And Nepal started off with a flying start. Got around 81 for 1 in the first 6 overs. That's where the game slipped away from the hands of Qatar. Didn't have enough runs on the board. Didn't get early wickets as well. That's good length. Beating him with pace. It's a dot ball. 110. Just 42 away from victory, Nepal. Welcome back, Aaron.
I just went off to have a little bit of a walk around, see the crowd. The crowd continuing to flow in, and a few of the Hong Kong China players continuing as well. Speeds to Tikikbal just arriving.
That's a good delivery. Atik is a pretty good bowler. Tall bowler, good high arm release. Likes bowling in the power play, very confident as a bowler. Did really well last year in Malaysia as well.
Yeah, he's become, you'd say the number one bowler, even with the Yu Shukla in the side. Atik, those two in combination have been devastating for the bowlers, been bowling really well. We'll get to see them in action against Kuwait from 1:30 p.m.
And that's what we say, right? The batters win you games, but the bowlers win you tournaments.
Well, the batters for Nepal getting the job done here. 42 required off just 50 deliveries.
And they were slowed down a bit. The pace they were in, I thought 12 or 15 overs will be done. Oh, he's dropped it. Another dropped catch there, Aaron.
Oh, and it's the superstar today, Majid, putting that one down at extra cover. That's costly. Catches win matches, as they say.
Your fielding surely matters. That should be in our catch.
And this was not a tough chance. Went straight to him, just a little bit perhaps to the left and dipping a touch, but it's bread and butter for the T20 eyes.
Any format, I feel that catch should have been taken. Oh, good delivery. But equally well played. He's been opening the face of the bat very late. Just another single.
And that's how it scooped up to that extra cover position. But opening the face of the bat survives. End of the over. All the ones for Nepal. 1-1-1 for 2.
It's the 41 from the last 8 overs. What's your prediction? How many overs do you think the game will be done and dusted?
Okay, 17.4. That's how precise I'm going.
That's pretty precise.
It is very precise, isn't it?
Very precise. I like that 0.4 coming in.
Yeah, it could be precisely wrong, but we'll see. What are you thinking?
I still feel they'll look to finish it off in the next 4 overs.
Yeah, I think 18 plus was on the cards if that catch was taken, just to break
Correct.
up the partnership. But these two looking pretty set. Both faced over double figures in balls faced.
But Aaron, if that wicket fell, would have brought in Dipinder Singh Airy. He's someone who likes to go for the big shots right from the word go.
At this rate, we might not get to see his fireworks in this game. We'll see him tomorrow, maybe.
It's been pulled away. It's the single. It's Ganesh. It's been very busy in the outfield. We'll get that 1 run in.
I think Nepal are back tomorrow morning as well, up against Kuwait in the morning game. Hong Kong, China playing all afternoon games. Very polite of them, getting the sleep in all 3. And there'll be Nepal playing in the afternoon on Saturday. Qatar tomorrow afternoon against Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, they'll be getting that rest on Friday. The much needed one after 2 games back to back.
And us. We get a day off. Well, you get a day off. That's nice. I'll be off calling an MCC out match.
Oh, that's great.
50 over match on Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, then come back here. A couple of games with you and Jay Dancing Harney joining us on Saturday.
Oh, that'll be great.
And then you and Jay doing the finals while I do another MCC out match. Just 5 days of cricket commentary in a row.
Yeah.
8 games, no problem.
Yeah.
Walk
should
in
be
the
fine.
park.
And then I'll be flying back.
Yeah. And quick tour. I'm so glad that you've joined us. Coming in.
Thank you. It's always been a pleasure joining you.
A little short from Bakari. Won't be any damage done. I don't know about you, but after all that fireworks of that power play, I feel like it's the energy's sapped out a little bit here.
We could feel that in the calling as well. First 6 overs, very eventful. A little sign of aggression there, dancing down. Just a single though.
Maybe Rohit's starting to get a bit annoyed with only singles. He came a long way down, but again didn't middle it. Run a ball for the captain. The previous captain was going at a run every 2 balls at about the same time.
Oh, that was off the edge, but just a single. As Jabbar comes in. Jabbar struggled today. He's one of the top bowlers of Qatar. Just a tough day at the office.
And we mentioned it earlier, Qatar never playing in Hong Kong before, so everybody out there having to get it's a learning process. They'll come back strong tomorrow against Hong Kong, almost.
That didn't carry. You got to convert those into special moments. You want to take such catches, don't you?
Watch on the replay here. How close was this one? Oh, that was a chance.
There was a
I
chance.
think it's come off the shin in the end. So another chance goes begging for Qatar into the over. 13 done. 117 for 2, 35 off 42. If they keep it going at this rate, my 17.4 might be on the cards.
Probably you should buy a lottery ticket then.
That's never worked for me. Cricket's better. I can get it right half the time in cricket. Get it wrong all the time in the lotto ticket. Bipin Kumar back into the attack.
I haven't seen him cram much. Just the 2 overs before. After that, you haven't seen a sign of him? Or was it just the 1 over?
I think it was just the one. Because all the pace bowlers were getting
Yeah,
brutalised. PTSD after that opening part of that power play.
Yeah, Kushal Bhurtal and Asif Sheikh, they were flawless with their approach. And I think that's where most of the foundation was laid in this run chase. It wasn't a very big target, 152. Against Nepal, I think par score would be 180, 190.
3 overs so far for Bipin Kumar, none for 31. Bowl out here. It's only been their 2 spinners that have managed to keep the econ rate in single figures. And they're both bowled very tidily. They've had to go back to the pace here.
Excellent delivery there. Right into the block hole. We'll get a single. That's good delivery.
It was a brilliant delivery, and the little chop out from Rohit threw the back foot up. Starts with a single. We've seen plenty of that as of late, since the drinks break.
$118 for 2. 34. Of just 41 deliveries.
Yeah, and just 1 boundary since the drinks break. Plenty of singles and dots.
Catch it was the cry. Good effort. Couldn't stop that one. Will be a couple of runs there. Been running well.
That was good in the field from Jassim. He had to go diving to his right. He parried it down. Saved 2 for sure. And couldn't grasp it in the right mitt. But short boundary. If he'd not got anything on that, it was 4. Would have been that first boundary since 11.1.
Yeah, the boundaries have dried up. The 6s have dried up, I would say.
Everything's dried up. It was only their second 2 since the drinks break. Everything else is dots and 1s.
Again, not coming off the bat. It's just a single. He's not middling it. He's faced 24 deliveries, just the 19.
Yeah, their openers did the damage though. So Nepal can just push it around. The run rate required, of course, 4.8. They've got 4 in the first half of Bipin's final over. Can do it in a canter. And if they want to get a nice net run rate boost, might want to start swinging the bat. We'll see. See what the game plan is for Nepal.
Yeah, that's something they'll want to have a look on. And off the inside edge, clipping onto the pads. Dot delivery. It's not a typical Rohit innings. I have followed him quite much. Not the kind of player that he generally is.
Yeah, he struggled to find the middle of the bat today. He desperately wanted to put that one back over Bipin Kumar's head for 6. Just Manages not to read it correctly, get the inside edge onto the pad. Feel like it's either going to come out of the middle shortly, or he may miss one.
And just the 31 needed. 5 sixes will do the job. Oh, I was trying to go for that scoop shot over the keeper. The bowler gets away with that as well as the batter shuffled across. It's a dot delivery.
Very full from Vipin Kumar that time. And again, Rohit just not reading it perfectly.
Has been worked away. The fielder doesn't stop that one. That's a 4. And look at that support as well. The Nepal crowd enjoying that 4. It's another boundary comes in. It's from the skipper Rohit. Finally breaks the shackles. 125 for 2 after 14. Just the 27 now from the remaining 6 overs.
Yeah, first boundary since 11.1. Comes up nicely. And the captain moving into the 20s now. Ganesh to have a bowl from the Victoria Harbour end. First time we've seen Ganesh bowl today.
He's a pretty good spinner. He's bowled before, I reckon. Side of the power, just outside the power play, maybe.
Not that I can see. Jabir bowled one.
It was the left arm spinner. Beg your pardon.
Majib and Bukhari.
Bukhari.
But they've both bowled really well. I'm surprised that they're continuing with pace if they've got Ganesh in the lineup.
And they use him as a part-timer. That's going to be a dot delivery. 125 on the board. 27 more to win this one.
And talk about the econ rates. Jabir's gone at 18 for his 1 over. Vipin Kumar bowled out 4 overs going at 9.75.
Another single towards that short fine leg.
Ahmed Ershad bowled 1 over for 17. The captain, Ikram Mullah, 1 over for 21. And then you talk about the spinners. Majid, 3 overs, 2 for 12 at econ of 4. Bukhari, 4 overs bowled out, none for 18, 4.5. So it's been the slower bowlers that have not only generated the wickets, but also slowed things down.
Another good delivery. It's going to be a dot ball. I beg your pardon, that's going to be a single. $25 more to win. That's that one. There is Jabir there in the deep. Will be another single. Aaron looks like that 17.4 overs might just come true here.
I'm going to gloat if it's right.
You better do.
It's going to be close. Let's see. Yeah, slowing down 24. But the trouble is, they've not got many overs left for their spinners. If Kari bowled out, Majib just 1 over left.
It's another single. 23 more to win.
And it will be another single to finish off a tidy over. 5 runs coming from the 15th. Nepal move to 130 for 2. They need 22 in the final 5. After the openers made it look easy out there, these two going at either a run a ball or a little less. Still been a very handy little partnership. I mean, 8 wickets in hand. I don't think there's any doubt Nepal's going to get this victory. Qatar just tempering things here. They're going to continue with pace from the Argyle Street end. Bipan Kluma has bowled out. Mohammad Jabir, when he bowled the one over, the opening over, and was punished for 18 back into the attack to see what he can do against the number 3 and number 4 for Nepal. Basir on strike. He pulls away, goes backward a square, one bounce, protection in the deep. And nobody backing up at the bowler's end, so doesn't fire it in. More singles. Take the easy route. Just push it around. Hong Kong speeds to Nazrullah Runner there, top of screen, entering the ground. Just walking around the boundary, ready for this afternoon's game. 1 p.m. Hong Kong time, out in the middle for the toss. Ahmad will be out there with the captains. Then 1:30 p.m. will be game time for game 2. I'm sure you join us. We'll be here all day. And again tomorrow, double header. Wednesday, Thursday and Saturday, and finals day on Sunday. As Jabir comes in to roll it. 2 wide. Another extra. They started with a lot of extras. Jabir started with extras. He's back bowling it too far outside. Zishan Ali, wicketkeeper for Hong Kong China, walking past the broadcast as well. Nazrullah run up behind him. So all the teams rolling on in. As we move towards midday, far away from 90 minutes till game time. Just chopped out that Yorker length down to long on. Thanks, another 1. Runs required under 20 now. Cynical from Nepal, keeping Qatar to just 151. What looks like a pretty good batting track, even though they're only going at singles, but they only need these 2 in the middle. Around the wicket. And big top edge, no deep third in place. That should fly away for 4. It does, as it races away. Swinging hard, finding the outside edge. And they had the 3rd inside. Again, opening that blade. He's done that a few times. Bashir, no worries. Clears the infield. They've dropped 3rd back now to the ropes. Bit of ball chasing again from Qatar. 15 off 27. But now, and unless one of these 2 manages to smash 14 themselves, you'd have to give it. That was the openers that got the job done. Only 38, say only 38 for Kushal Burnell, but it was a blistering 38. It was a fun one. It's picked off middle stump in the end. Flicked backward of square.
It's another single there towards a deep. Now just another 13 required. That's the end of the over as well. 16 done, 139 for the loss of 2.
Right. 10 more balls to get 13. Then I get my 17.4. Big over here and the game will be done. Who gets the duties for over number 17? Ganesh it is again. Tidy in his first. And he went for 5. Hold now up to the quarter century mark.
Run a ball quarter century. Run a ball quarter century for him.
Quarter century of balls to go with his quarter century. Swinging hard again. He's gone straight. It's not straight enough. Just a one.
I reckon they should be looking to finish it off in this over. This should be the over to finish off this contest.
I agree, but I still would like it to go another 9 balls. Get to 17.4. Still getting his field set here, Ganesh for Bashir. As he comes in around the wicket. Charges, keeps it along the ground, goes very straight. 2 long on, long offs converge. Pick up and throw, keeps it to 1. Singles. Has it been par for the course for Nepal in this second 10 overs?
11 of 22. I sense this should be the last over.
Tries to go the faster one again, hit hard and hit straight. Good fielding again. They've covered. They might have saved about 9 runs out there at the moment. Bowling of Ganesh. Getting around quickly. It bobbles a bit. That's some parts of that ground out there near the side screen. Around towards what is now long on. The ground is a little uneven and the ball can kick up on you. And going aerial way, carry out to the deep this time.
Just a single though. 9 needed. It's a matter of a boundary and a 6. But I sense that 17.4 might just be coming true.
It's going to be very, very close. 2 balls left of the 17. Howard has been trying to hit big. Can he find the middle? And he has. That's 6. There he goes. 3 count corner. Finally gets one out of the middle.
I called for a 6 and a 4. We've got the 6. Just 3 more away from victory. As the skipper, who's finally gone for the big hit. And that's what he's been known for. He's a good batter. Very impressive.
Well, if he hits a 6 here, he'll become top scorer for Nepal. We'll have a player of the match issue. Oh, can't be bowling wides at this point, as it is. So now just 2 required.
I think that 17.4 might not just come true.
I'll be close.
But you'll be very close. I said the 16th over.
Swinging hard, that'll be 4, that'll finish the game as it races away down 2 long on, and Nepal gets the first win in the 2025 T20I series, proudly supported by India Club.
Well, that was a good shot. A 6 and a 4 was the requirement. And the skipper stays unbeaten, 37 of 29. Playing that captain's knock. And a rather comfortable victory to kickstart their tournament. Beating Qatar by 8 wickets and 3 overs in hand.
And it's going to be a raffle to see who gets player of the match. I mean, you're going to be over there in the presentation area. 8 wicket win to start with for Nepal.
Surely.
The batting card for Nepal, and it's all 30s to their top 4. Kushal Bertel getting the job done, 38 off 19, strike rate at 200, including 3 maximums. Asif Sheikh has ended up with 4 maximums and no 4s for his 33. And at the end, these 2, the captain, Rohit Paudel, with a 37 not out, and Bashir Ahmed with a 30 not out, getting the job done. Extras helping out as well, 16 in the books, and getting the victory with 3 overs to spare, picking up 154 for 2.
And not much for the bowling side here of Qatar. Mohammad Jabir, 2 overs none for 27. Bipin Kumar, 4 overs none for 39. Irshad just at 1 over for 17. Kramullah was expensive, none for 21 in his first. Mujib bowled really well, 3 overs 2 for 12. Bukhari, 4 overs none for 18 was impressive. And Ganesh Nagarajan, 2 overs none for 20. Well, that's the match summary. Qatar were put up to bat first, 151 for 5 in their 20 overs. Top scorer Kramullah, run a ball 54. Shahzeb looked really good for his 31 of 21. Mujib 20 of 19. Karan Casey 1 for 30 in his 4. Sompal 1 for 27 in his 4. Nandan 1 for 28.
Yeah, and in reply, it was all the 30s, as we mentioned. Kushal Bertel, 38 top scoring, and 2 wickets to Najib M&G getting both the wickets, dropping a catch, unfortunately, which could have changed the outcome of the game. But Nepal getting the job done inside, well, at the end of the 17th over. So we got the presentation coming up. Don't forget, we've also got game 2 coming up from 1:30 p.m. Kuwait versus home team Hong Kong, China. And we'll cross over to the presentation area in a few moments' time. And we'll be there with the player of the match presentations and have a chat to the captains as well. Stick around for that one. But until about 1:30 p.m. this afternoon, make sure you join them at the toss from 1 p.m. Hong Kong time. I'll be back at 1:30 p.m. Until then, Aaron Bush signing off.
India Club has been the cornerstone of the community since our formal registration in 1967. Initially focused on Indian community, we have embraced a diverse membership that reflects the multicultural fabric of Hong Kong. Membership at the club is open to all nationalities. We believe sports brings peoples together. We have 2 international tennis courts, and then we have 1 badminton court. We have a gym, we have function rooms, and a restaurant serving delicious ethnic Indian food. Cricket has found a new home in India Club. In the last 4 years, we have grown from 1 net to 6 nets, and we are the only club in Hong Kong to have 6 cricket nets, of which 2 nets are with actual turf.
Actually, we started our club in 2020. That time we have only 1 junior team and 1 senior team. We have now 11 junior teams. We have Saturday League 2 senior teams, and Sunday League also we got it last year. And we have a women's team we are also getting from last 2 years. So we're doing well, and we are just improving day by day, and that's our plan is to get more teams in junior league and senior league as well.
Đánh cho là